What is up, guys? Jake here with the first Vainglory Q&A video, and I think I'm going to call it Morning Vainglory. Let me know if you guys like that. Might not stick, we'll see. But just like the Coffee and Clash episodes that I've done in the past, you guys ask me questions, I'm going to give you answers, and we're going to watch some action in the background. So I hope you guys enjoyed the format. Let me know. Let's get started. The first one comes to us from none other than Big Jake or Dr. Pimper from the main vein. Says, which hero do you hate to face most? Also, who is your favorite TMV streamer? Well, there's no question, Pipper, you are my favorite TMV streamer. Now, as far as which hero I hate to face the most, it used to be, without a doubt, I would never even hesitate Ringo, and he is still pretty high on that list, but I don't know that I would put him on top. I might say right now Scarf. Scarf is so annoying from the very first fight to the very end. So much poke, so much damage. It's almost at times just like you just have to laugh because he hits you with that Spitfire and you're like, oh, there went half my life and it's just gone. So maybe Scarf right now. Vox, when a Vox gets built, I mean, a guy that can 1v3, that's pretty bad. But I don't know. One of those three probably. They're all really annoying. Second one comes to us from Alvaro845. If you guys don't know Alvaro, a very, very big Spanish-speaking Clash and Vainglory YouTuber. I actually met him and his girlfriend over at California when I went at SEMC headquarters. Had a great time. Both of them good Vainglory players as well and very cool people. He says, why don't we have a Celeste bikini skin yet? Man, that's a great question. Maybe it's been too cold on the fold, but hopefully summer's rolling around. If she loses a few pounds, she's got to get her beach body out, and they give us the bikini skin. We'll see. Urban Yeti says, what is your preferred jungle clear rotation? Really, to me, the only rotation, the only clear that matters is the very first one. And to me, I like to grab the one, get it started, make sure that you can do it a couple ways. You can let your jungle carry, just solo that one all by himself so he gets the solo XP. The goal is to make sure that he's level 2 by the time you reach the store. Because the other team, if you're not level 2, you're at a disadvantage. So you want to let him get that, or you just want to make sure that you can first hit as a roamer and just get out of range to where you're not getting the XP. He's getting that solo XP. And especially on those backs, hit them a few times, get out of there, get all the way over like towards the number 3 minion, and that way he's getting all that stuff. Same thing on the number 3 minion. Hit it a few times and get out. It needs to be focused on him. You need to be down there close to the store by the time it's going down. That's going to ensure that he's level 2. And then after that, it doesn't matter. Clear when they're up, when you get to them, just clear as you go. But on the first one, you want to make sure the power level that carry, make sure he's level 2, buy up, and be ready for a fight. Let's see, Che Ujo. Okay. Would you rather start on the left side of the map or the right? I've never really thought about it, and I don't think it's a big deal to me, but I suppose if you said, hey, you get to choose one, I would probably choose the left. It just feels a little more natural. Probably that's where you start, when you're learning the game and things like that. Stuff like that tends to stick. But it doesn't bother me to play from the right side at all, so not a huge deal in my opinion. Let's see. Alo says, do you think there should be a harsher punishment for people who leave the match? And that's a tough question because it's not that simple. It's not as simple as, oh, you left the match, you get a harsher punishment. They could have had a lot of things happen. Their power, I've had my power go out or my internet just completely take a dump and go out. People, there's a lot of things that could happen in different circumstances. So to say there's just got to be a harsher punishment across the board, no. But now, however, if someone says, okay, this guy has been reported for AFK leaving the match 10 times in the last week, yes. I think they might have to start even doing, temporary bans and just say, okay, you can't play for 2 days because no one wants to play with you when you do that. Or, and they do that, guys. They do ban. They do ban people for not playing and ruining the fun of other people's games. SEMC is great about that. But they could probably bump it a little bit just to keep that from happening, especially in lower tiers. Maybe they ought to bump them all the way back down to tier 1. because even if you're in tier 3, tier 4, you're trying to climb out, and that happens a lot down there. I know it's frustrating, so maybe they could just, after 10 times or something like that, hey, you're going back to tier 1, start over and leave these people alone. But we'll see. It's a tough spot to be in. Silent Killer 334, how did you find out about the main vein, how did you meet your current teammate? Funniest moment that has happened playing VG? Well, I actually started the main vein. Again, I'm a YouTuber, and obviously you know that. Uh, and when you start playing a game where you start putting videos out on a game, there's usually a group of people that would like to try it out or play with you. They just enjoy, playing with someone they watch online pretty much daily. And so I just said, oh, hey, if you're playing Vainglory and you want to play with me, here you go. Here's my guild. And it filled up pretty quick. And then it started getting more and more and more competitive. We started getting some really, really good players. And, that's how I met most of my people in there that started in that clan or started in the guild were from Clash of Clans background that played Clash, that watched my videos, and just sort of moved over with me. So the funniest moment that has happened playing VG, probably when Whistle and I and Braden were playing, and we was giving a hard time about Braden's bush being down there at the bottom and at the store, just sort of waiting. he used to have this plan for a gank, and he would just sit down there in that bush forever. So we named it Braden's bush just to give him a hard time. So we cracked up about that quite a bit. James, when your solo queue team is horrible and wants to surrender, do you decline and force them to play it out? Yes, I do, because I've actually had it happen before where you make a good play or you get a good fight, and even someone sitting back at the steps not playing, all of a sudden they see, oh wait, they just won that fight, and then they come back into the game and come back and win. Now that's not normally going to happen, but yes, I force people to play it out. It teaches them that you don't give up, you fight to the end. Yes, there's times the game is actually over, but most of the time it's not over when they start that stuff. So I usually am one to decline that and force them to play it out. Next one is from Drew. Best way to compensate for a really weak teammate, especially if their laner just had an 0-11 and 2 Ringo pull us down. It happens, man. It happens to everybody. And this answer is probably gonna surprise some people. But honestly, what you probably should do if you have a really, really weak hero that you're playing with, or a weak player, is try to play around them. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but what ends up happening is they tend to make bad decisions. They're out of position a lot. But if you're there to back them up, you have a chance at least. If it's a 3v3 fight, it's better than him being overextended and just dying, and then now it's 3v2. So if you can try to play around them and just cover their mistakes up, then you've got a chance, a fight going your way, turning it into something, getting ahead, and getting the win. And it's probably still not going to matter, but to me, that's probably the best strategy, and it is hard to do. It's hard to make yourself do it. You're so frustrated and you're so angry. It's hard to do that, but try it. Try to really just almost like they're making the right decision. Play it like that. See if it comes out a little better. Let me know what you think. TMV2 Overdose Order. What do you do when you win the first jungle battle at level 2? Well, any battle you win. Level 2 is an important one. When you get right in there and you start it and, hey, we just beat them, you want to take something from them. A lot of times, especially later in game, you want it to be an objective, a turret, a gold mine, something. But at level 2, farm is an objective because that's what everyone's after. No one's after a turret. No one's after the gold mine. It's not even up yet. Farm is the objective. So take something from them. Now, be very, very careful. Don't overstay your welcome. Respawn times are essentially like 10 seconds, 5, 10 seconds. I mean, they're immediate. As soon as they get back to the shop, or as soon as you get into the fight's over, they're up, they're running their way back. So be ready for it, and maybe just taking their number 3 in their fronts. And that's enough. That's all you need. You got a little bit ahead, they got a little bit behind. You go farm up, you buy up, and you do it again. You try to chip away. What Whistle and I talk a lot about chipping away at them. Just chip away, and then finally you will get to a point where you feel like you can win pretty much any fight, and then you can start living in their jungle and just keep that pressure on and snowball it. But when you win the fight at level 2, take a little bit of their farm and get out. That's all you need to do. Buy up, have a little bit extra gold, maybe that one more item than they have, to where you're going to win the next team fight. UG Evolved or Okuvo, one of my patrons, one of my stream supporters, all that good stuff. Is Sawport a thing? And the answer is absolutely. Sawport is a thing. There's no argument against it. Ryan asks, which competitive team is your favorite? Also, did you hear about HH Kinetic's new team going to be a powerhouse? I have not heard about that new team. And it's weird. I don't really find myself rooting for a team. I mean, maybe if someone's behind in a match, then I might kind of start cheering for the underdog. for them to come back and make it a more competitive match. But really, I just enjoy watching all those guys play. They're so good. There's so much to learn from them. I don't really I wouldn't say right now I have a favorite team that I pull for it and want to win. I just want to see those great matches, and they never disappoint. Honestly, it's just insane. It's insane. Let's see, Adrian. Is it better to dodge a match in high elo in solo ranked if the other player pick and ban stupid heroes, or rather play? There are a few occasions. In fact, I think it was Brad from Shadow of the Vein tweeted out something about someone last picking a Taka into like a Catherine rhyme or something like that. That's pretty much dodge worthy. I mean, that person, one, doesn't know what they're doing, and two, doesn't care, honestly. They're going to play their hero type thing. So there are a few occasions. I hate to say that because I do not like dodging. I don't think it's sort of like what Playoff Peter said. It's not a valid strategy when you get outdrafted. But solo queue's it's a jungle, man. It's wild out there. So occasionally, on rare occasions, I would have to say, yeah. I say no. I'll take the 15 minutes. I'll go do something else because I'm not playing with that. But try to play. You never know. You might surprise yourself. Your team might surprise you. Supernova RR, for our last question, is there a reason that you cannot search for guilds in VG like you can for a clan in Clash of Clans? Yeah, I think there's a pretty good reason, pretty simple reason, is because this game right now is still new. We're still in a very early stage, and SEMC has been so focused on the gameplay. It's not about all that stuff. The guild system is still very, very new. And it's just about the gameplay. They want to get that right. And all the other stuff is noise not noise, I shouldn't say that. All that stuff is secondary, and they will get to it. When I was over there, I asked them about things like, hey, why can't we have like ranks and, permissions that people can either invite or remove people and set those permissions for different ranks and things like that. That we need that. People, it's just sort of wild how people can come in and out of the guild. You don't know who invited and all that stuff. And they are aware of all these things that they need. It's just secondary to the balance of the heroes, getting new heroes out there, and getting the gameplay right. So I think their mind's in the right place, and it will come. Don't worry, it will come. It's just a matter of waiting for it and them getting around to it, more or less. But all good things to those who wait. It will happen. SEMC knows what they need to do. All right, guys, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me questions in the comment section, and I will do this just like the Coffee and Clash every weekend, every other weekend, something like that. We will have fun doing these questions and answers videos. One of my favorite things to do. So hope you guys are liking it. Until then, Jake doing my best to help you guys suck less.